Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan Battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Virtual Dokkan Ultimate Clash. As always, we'll be looking at the main boss first, and then I will show you guys my team builds for the other bosses afterwards. Now, in terms of Vegeta, they've changed it from Broly, and they've changed up all the bosses, but they've changed it up from Broly quite significantly. Vegeta is immune to stunning, sealing, attack lowering, defense lowering, and he can fire multiple super attacks. This makes him a pretty rough ride, and there are a couple major solutions that you need to factor in when you are taking him on. So firstly, in terms of team build, you need to have some relatively tanky units, but you do also need to have healing. Without healing, you are going to take far too much damage, and you're just not going to be able to survive. Alternatively, you can bring revival skills, as those are also somewhat helpful. Now, outside of that, there are some units I do want to point out as significant units for Vegeta, not only for this Ultimate Clash, but just for all of them going forward. Firstly, we have the Tech Super Saiyan God Goku, a fantastic unit that is incredibly tanky with a 77% damage reduction against pure Saiyan enemies. This means he's a fantastic choice not only against this Vegeta, but against any Vegeta in the future, and I highly suggest you bring him along if possible to take on Vegeta. He's very good. Next, we have the Tech Caulifla. I'm not using her in this video, but she's a fantastic choice against Vegeta at all times. The reason being is she has guaranteed dodge against Universal Survival Saga enemies and Pure Saiyan's category enemies. So she has guaranteed dodge and will evade every single one of Vegeta's attacks. She's actually a very crucial component if you're someone who's looking to defeat Vegeta quite easily. She basically will remove or be a perfect tank against them no matter the typing. And the best part about her is you don't even have to run her under your lead. You can actually just run her under any lead that you have, due to the fact that her passive kicks in regardless. So you tend to then have a pretty good time, and she tends to look really good. Now, I am going to have to run two teams here because obviously we are going to take a little bit too much chip damage on the super side. The super teams without Caulifla and Goku do tend to struggle a little bit. You don't have a lot of healing outside of the battlefield module, so what tends to happen is you tend to struggle a little bit due to the lack of healing, whereas I find the extreme team with units like First Form Frieza, with links like Metamorphosis, and just in general have quite a good chunk of healing that they can utilize. So I do find that extreme teams tend to perform a little bit better in this scenario, but that being said, obviously, it's entirely up to how your roster or your box looks, so I can't really say too much. In this video, I do have to resort to using two of them. Like I said, I got a bit unlucky on the super team, but yeah. On the extreme side, we actually have some nice free-to-play options. We have the Hachiak, who's a really good tank with his additional 20% damage reduction against Pure Saiyan's enemies. And then we also have the Captain Ginyu, as well as just some really nice, relatively solid, tech options. Like I said, the healing does majority come from like Metamorphosis and things like that, so having those links is quite crucial. Ideally, outside of that, what you can do is obviously look towards evasion, but things like damage reduction are also going to be very good because you can couple them with your innate guard and you'll handle things pretty well. With all that being said, team itself, for me, did a great job. I think both teams are capable of beating the event, but I do find that the extreme team, like I said, did tend to do a bit of a better job. Just felt a bit more coherent and a bit more functional overall. Of course, I still really found that everything worked out quite nicely. I think all in all, you should be able to get this done. Just make sure you have two tech teams available, and then you should be good to go. It can be a little bit overwhelming, but at the end of the day, you should be more than fine. We have some really nice healing with First Form Cell, who heals nicely on his 12 key, so that does also tend to help out. And yeah, at the end of the day, we did manage to get everything done. Now, as we're wrapping up Vegeta, we will be moving on to look at all the other bosses. I'll be showing you guys my team and just quickly running through their abilities so you can get a look at that. You can sometimes just get caught out, so don't be upset and just try it again. Because yeah, Vegeta can all of a sudden you have no one that can tank, you have Vegeta double super the same unit, and then you're out. So it can just happen. Let's take a look at the first boss, Jacko the Galactic Patrolman. He's immune to stunning, he can evade, and he can also stun you. Here the free-to-play Team Barlock team will handle this more than fine, and you should be good to go to save some units for later. Then we have the Dodoria and Zarbon, immune to stunning and also with the ability to lower your attack. A pretty straightforward fight as well. Sealing is a very effective strategy all the way up to Vegeta himself, so you can use whichever. Now Tien, Krillin, and Baby all have the same effects. They're immune to stunning, they're immune to attack lowering, defense lowering, and they can lower your attack as well. Here we are going with primarily free-to-play characters. When you can, filling in with a sealer. Now I didn't have against Tien, I did have against Krillin. I didn't have against Krillin either. And against Baby, I did have the Deborah and Babdi LR, but it's important to note that they can only seal on their 12 key. Baby was a little bit stronger than the other two, but generally speaking I found level 2 to be quite relatively easy and simple. It wasn't anything that was too difficult. I think most players should be fine to handle it. Then you move on to level 3. This is where things get interesting. We take on the Goku. Immune to stunning, he can evade you and he can also stun you back. It's important here to bring multiple sealers. We use the free-to-play Master Roshi and Great Saiyaman 1 and 2. Even bring a third one, because if you miss one seal, then you're in trouble and you're going to really struggle to stop his damage. And if he starts stunning you, he can be a bit annoying. Next we have Demon King Piccolo, immune to stunning, attack lowering, defense lowering, and can lower your attack. Probably the most straightforward boss out of round 3, with him being neither too tanky nor too dangerous. Keeping him sealed pretty much wrapped up the whole fight for us, and Goku and Arale did that quite nicely. Next we have Piccolo, who's immune to stunning. He can evade your attacks. He's also got the ability to recover health. Now he doesn't recover too much health. He can also fire multiple super attacks. Overall, he's not too difficult, but you need to bring damage. He can be quite tanky, and I suggest you bring quite a significant amount of damage to deal with that tankiness. And then we have Cell. Now Cell you can seal and stun. Deborah was very helpful here, as well as Babidi. I think both of them were great additions here. Really helped you with just stunning up the boss and sealing him, and from there we're able to take him out quite well. Stunning more important than sealing, as it prevents his healing. And there you can see the team for Vegeta, and that is it for the Virtual Dokkan Ultimate Clash. So pretty good stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, I can see you guys in the next one. But until then, take care and bye.